Hello, welcome to my first rapid game of the day. Here we start with the Sicilian, some odd d3. I'll just play knight c6. Let's not spend too long on this. Should I go for an e5 or a g6? I think I'll just go for g6 and maybe e5 in the future. Or maybe no e5 at all. I think I'm happy with this. If white has to spend this time to open the center, I'm not in any danger. I suppose more of a concern is something like this, but I don't believe in white's development if they had to start with d3. Well, in this case, we have very similar positions, although I'm down a tempo, but I can get to playing f5 sooner than white can get to playing f4. And I might just exercise that option already. Bishop g5 is slightly annoying. I might want to include h6 before that. F5, e takes, e takes. Can also take back with a knight. I'm quite liking that open f file. So let's consider f5 and then the immediate bishop g5. If h6, this traps. And if they go back, I can always play king h7. So I think I'll go for this. The downside of this is that I'm opening up this bishop, but you have to give up some things to get some things. So I thought that h6 here was good. h6, trading I'm not scared of. It's not enough pieces. Actually, bishop f6 I should consider for a moment, but you can dodge with this, and I'm honestly not interested in a repetition. Knight d5, of course, is a threat. Well, not a threat, as I'm defending, but it's not something I want to see happen. Although I don't really mind it that much. Let's see. I can just take here. I think I'm happy with that transformation. Opening this way, this stays close though, and I can just top a knight here. I think I take back this way. I think I'll just play h6. Let's not overcomplicate. I might give some thought to going f4. Okay. I can take back with either the queen or the knight. So the question is, the queen is quite flexible and can just move somewhere else. So do I want my knight here or here? Or here, to try and come to f5 or to try and go here? From f5 it's not really doing anything. So I think I want to take with the queen. And knight d5 controls a lot of squares in my side, but there's nothing to help back it up. So I think I'm not strategically lost or anything. This goes for an attack on this pawn. Takes bishop here would be problematic. Or I can block with the bishop. It does seem more natural just to step up to resolve this though. Queen f6. No, queen f6 runs into knight d5. Well, it doesn't really, but I think my king makes more sense on h7. Well, if this bishop ever gets this square, but that's a long time coming if it ever does. And I doubt it will. Okay, let's try here. Just defending the square. So next I think I want to push. I thought the most natural placement would be to put the queen here. I think I could remove this knight just with this bishop. After playing f4 so that this bishop doesn't open up. So I would assume my opponent probably wants e takes, but then they have to deal with just moving the knight back just to attack my queen if they want to do that, and then I can just move the queen again. I think I still want to just push for f4, but I do need to take, playing something like g5 just loses. Well, it's very awkward. I lose a pawn directly. If I take back with the bishop, take back with the... I'm not seeing anything wrong with taking back with the bishop, but I think I prefer taking back with the pawn. Bishop takes... I'm going to assume knight takes, otherwise I just look the bishop back, and I have pressure. And then if I take back with a pawn, that's then quite threatening. I'm liking taking back with the bishop more now than I did initially. If I take back with a pawn, well, if I'm taking back with a pawn, I'm making the argument that this bishop is better than this knight. And I think that I do prefer this, I don't like this bishop that much. In most cases, when the knight was on f3, I'd be thinking of trying to pin it. And that would inevitably mean trading it off. So I don't think I can be too unhappy with just taking with the bishop. Okay, now I have to answer, do I want to take back with the pawn or with the queen? If I take back with the queen, I don't think I'm getting any extra options from this. This isn't dangerous, but I think I'm a bit stuck for a plan, whereas if I go with the pawn, I can just keep pushing. Well, not just keep pushing, but it makes more sense to me, at least. Okay, white is going for b4. I think I'll just continue with this. It might be worth stopping white though. Just so that I get the open A file. I don't think this makes it much easier for white to do their queenside play. I have given the knight b6, so I need to be careful not to get forked. But other than that, I think I'm okay. So let's think about how much of a threat it would be when I do play f4. I don't think white wants to take, as that opens the g file and opens my bishop. If they play f3, that closes down the bishop, and I think I would definitely be happy, even just taking, as there's no opening f file. If white does, say, nothing, queen d2 to support this push or something, then if I play f3, I think the bishop has to go back, otherwise I go something like queen here. And then I can land a knight here. And that feels really annoying for white to deal with. Oops, I forgot which color my opponent was. The way that my opponent played here really reminds me of what was it? A button English setup. Which I guess it technically was, just here. I guess we played a symmetrical button English somehow. Okay, I think I want to take for the file, but what if I just go with f4? I think d takes is too annoying to deal with. Takes back with a knight with a threat on the knight. I think if I let that all happen, white's pretty happy with the exchanges. Opening up the queen side. I'm not seeing any obvious tactics for either side. Takes, push, knight d5. White isn't fast enough to stop me from playing f3 without closing the bishop somehow, I think. This isn't too bad for me. In fact, it slightly improves the pawn, and these pawns aren't that weak. So let's try just pushing. That's very ironic. After all that I said about my king being better here, that the bishop would never get here. Oh dear. Okay. Let's go here so that this isn't a skewer. If this rook gets distracted, I can take here, and then if f takes, I can just trade off. White's king isn't exactly the safest after f3, but White's play on the queen side, I think, isn't so slow that I can get away with doing that. Okay, they take. I think I have to take back. This is now open, unfortunately. I think defending with just rook b8 and then maybe b6 makes the most sense to me. And then I'll eventually have to defend b6 with this bishop in the very long-term future. So the most obvious move for white is queen b3, after which I think I could play rook a7, but I definitely prefer rook b6, rook b8. Actually, rook a to b8, just because this rook seems more useful here than a rook here. So let's consider where the most annoying square this knight could go to in the future is. Here, in each case, just hangs the knight. But queen b3 followed by queen b6 is rather annoying, as it very directly stops me from playing b6. Queen g4, okay. Taking here doesn't make sense. Rook here makes a bit more sense. Do they have a specific threat in mind, or... Okay, queen... Bishop here is irritating, but I don't think it's very serious. Basically, I think I'm safe with the dark squares. The problem is if a knight could get itself here. And I very much want that not to happen. I think I'll just develop this. I'll put this knight forwards and hope for the best. Knight here, bishop here, queen here. This is being a problem. I think I really should just defend it. There doesn't seem much else to do. When I go here, a knight could give a fork here, so I need to be careful of this. If I put the other rook, this knight becomes a hassle in this way. Okay, against bishop here, my queen is annoyingly low on squares, but I don't think I can get trapped. Actually, no, this is the only square it can go to. That's somewhat concerning. Is there a follow-up? Supposing knight came here, rook here, knight comes in, I move the rook. Knight can take on c5. Okay, attacking this pawn. Okay, that's irritating. There's no time to figure out something. I think take here. Has to take back this way. Sorry about the clock. With the funny birdie alarm. Rook G. Well, this is a simple trap, which my opponent went for, but I can hope for. It also gives my bishop the ability to defend just usually without the trap. So, okay, we keep defending. White doubling in this way. I currently defend enough so I can just jump in with tempo. Dropping this pawn actually. Funnily enough, White's queen isn't so high on squares either. Something I should take note of. This pawn I do need to defend though. B6 doesn't work. Queen f8 feels too passive. So is the idea knight f here? That doesn't seem very scary. No, this is just checkmate. Okay. Let's just move it. Yeah, I guess. It's annoying. Maybe I wasted a bit of time even playing h6. f4 directly might be okay. I could have gone for this, a similar pan of this, although white is a tempo faster. Starting with h6 before f5 also makes sense, I think. If I'd taken back with the pawn, well, bishop d5 is still a problem when I push f4. I could have just left these pawns here though for a lot longer. I feel I definitely wasn't worse here. Maybe pushing f4 was really the mistake. Well, this is all a bit slow, but takes. This seems unpleasant. Maybe playing a5 wasn't really necessary though. And if I'd gone for f4 here, I'm not happy with this either, to be honest. After queen g4, the pressure does feel a bit too much, especially after this and the opening of the b file. Well, queen f8 makes a lot more sense. This isn't checkmate. But it's really not pleasant to put all your pieces so far in the back rank. I feel like I'm probably going to lose quickly from here. Look here. I think if I'd taken before, that makes a little more sense. Maybe? Then if queen here. I could do something like this. And force off quite a few pieces. This definitely better than getting checkmated. At the end, I was at least losing my queen. Letting the rook come here was not good, but it's not very obvious what I should be doing here. I think the position is just quite bad. Perhaps something odd like rook takes. Wait, does this... I don't think this works, as it seems too strange to work. Well, this is with check. So let's assume taking with the pawn, then taking the rook, then taking this, and then queen here. And I'm not being checkmated. I am being checkmated. I thought knight f6 immediately would happen and I'd move my rook somewhere, which is surprisingly difficult to do. Now the position is definitely getting out of hand here. I feel like I had bad play on the queen side and the king side. Okay, let's check the engine. This is all fine. You're going for f4 immediately. Well, this sacrifices a pawn, right? Queen b3. Something awkward. So I'm going to assume they would have gone for b1. And then h6 takes. Takes with a knight for some reason. b4. Okay, b6. Still quite happy with this. So it gives white an advantage here, which is annoying. Is the problem the use of h6 or is h6 a weakness? Well, without h6, this can't be attacked. So I really should have just gone for f4 immediately. For just so many reasons. Doesn't like taking back with the bishop. I didn't consider f4 at all. a5, I think, helped white more than it helped me. b6, trading, I would have assumed. Taking this way to keep, okay. a4. Already this is preferable to what happened in the game, of course. And I completely missed bishop e4 check. This isn't even that good for me. Wow. Oh dear. Yeah, this is not a nice position. Queen g4? Yeah, trades. But letting rook c7 happen, of course, and I'm just instantly losing the queen at least. Yeah, good game.